What up, everybody? It's your man, Dame DNYDC. Two mics up. Man, we back. It's Monday. This is a special Monday, though. A couple of reasons. First of all, I want to tell you all, season 4, we still rocking, but today's episode is really important because it's our 100th episode. We rocking, and what makes it even better is this gentleman right here. This gentleman right here, y'all may have seen him before on the show, man. I'm a huge fan. We're a huge fan. He's really here today to really share. We hope we bring y'all some inside news, some breaking news by having him on today, man. But before I go any further, I want to go ahead and be quiet. I'm gonna let this brother reintroduce himself because he is a huge part of this family here. Take a minute, Lawrence, and reintroduce yourself to everyone.
Thank you, my brother. Yes, once again, my name is Lawrence Adisa. I'm glad to be back to support what you guys got going over here. I think it's awesome, man. And it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to share some positive news. Positive news.
And we talk about positive news. So before we get into the positive news, we're going to tease with a little something. And ladies and gentlemen, now pay attention. If you're only going to see this one time, depending on the time, I might play it on the way out. But I want y'all to pay attention to what's going on with Lawrence and what he's doing, and what he's been doing since he's been here last.
We're almost there.
You have 5 minutes to go inside and find me.
Come out, wherever you are.
Failure is a terrible thing.
2 kids. Please, I have 2 kids. Not anymore.
All right, that's it. That's all we gonna show. Yeah, that's all y'all need right there. So Lawrence, man, we watched the preview, man. I can tell you probably about 100 times, man. And
Nice.
yeah, it's really dope since you've been here last. You've been working on this project, man. But kind of talk to us about that, like in that time frame, man, to kind of build this here. You got some upcoming stars, some people that we're familiar with, but like, how'd you put all of this together, man? Because this right here, man, we're excited.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Wow. It's a journey. It's definitely a journey. It started last 2021 during, I think, the springtime is when I initially put the search out for a script. So we did a lot of marketing on my social media page and all over, as you know, last time I was on here, the first time I was on here, where we were searching for scripts. And then my goal was to find a script and use it as more of a skeleton and then rewrite it to fit my ultimate goal, which is this horror, but I want the opportunity to make it into a franchise. So I know as a horror fan that we don't have any horror franchises right now from an African American point of view.
Correct.
So me being a big fan of like the Saw franchise and Hostel, etc., I don't see us in there.
Right.
So that was my goal initially. So I found the script and I rewrote it and everything. And then the next part was getting the team together. And I work with a lot of my, I have a tight inner circle of crew members, and I brought them back. the ones that were available, and we're like a tight knit team.
Wow.
You know, we're a tight knit team, and we got it done. We started that process of pre-production, finding the location, all of the dirty stuff you do before you actually shoot the movie. It's a lot of work, a lot of work that people aren't aware of
Right.
when it comes to making a movie. But that was the genesis of it,
Hmm.
and then we shot it, and then we've been in post. We shot it for about 2 months.
Okay.
Um, like September, actually about 3 months total, like
Okay.
September to December, off and
Hmm.
on. And then 2022, it's just been a lot of post production, until now. We're like in August, and finally, we got it completed. Yeah.
I love that. You talk about the genre because I'm a huge horror fan.
Mm,
And when you say, African American, producers and directors, the Jordan Peele type, but I like what you're saying, franchise
hmm
creating this, because I don't know what his I want. It appears to be a franchise, but in an off kind of way.
hmm
The way he's connected his storylines to me.
hmm
But I like when you're getting specific and direct about it.
hmm
Um, I think that's really dope because you don't see that from people who look like us.
Right.
But you talk about everything that went into it. Really the difficulties, like some of the other difficulties, like because you had to wear a ton of hats.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and how, like, what would a day look like for you, man? Like just kind of trying to juggle all of that, and the things that we don't see, that we take for
Right.
granted when we just see the film. I'm just curious, what is that like for you? Just like a normal day might be like for Lawrence.
Yeah, I can't wait to not wear so many hats. I mean, trust me, I can't wait to not wear. It really, man, it starts with first my inner circle when it comes to like a couple of brothers that I work with religiously. Um, my DP, Solomon, one of my producers, Ronnie Warner, my editor, Andrew, as well, Jordan. Um, these are guys that I worked with in the past, and I feel comfortable with them, and a
Mm,
few others, but those guys in particular. Um, so they make my job a little easier, but it starts with first the script. I gotta open the final draft. I gotta play around with that, getting the script right. You gotta make phone calls with everybody from on the financial side, the bank, and getting the money right. Dealing with SAG, got to call
mm.
the union, get that right. Then you got to deal with. Shout out to my casting director Yo Yo, who she finds the actors, and then we got to deal with that thing with the agent and
Mm.
and the actors, and getting that dialogue going. All of this in a day,
Wow.
and then hiring the crew members from the gaffer, lighting, sound. It's a lot of on the phone, off the phone type of stuff, uh, all day,
Wow.
all day.
And we take that for granted as the film goer. Uh,
Mhm,
we don't see all of that. And I'm curious to know. So you talked about casting and some of the cast that we're going to be able to see. Some we know, some we may not know. Like what is even that? Like do you leave that to your casting director, or do you play a part, or in your mind when you're writing or rewriting a script? In your mind, do you envision someone potentially playing that part, or is it a combination of things? Like how does that work? Because I think your
mhm,
cast, I'm excited to see a couple that I'm familiar with, and I think maybe their first feature role or feature film role.
mhm.
So how did that all come together? How does that work?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a combination. I relied heavily on Yolanda Yo Yo,
Mhm.
um, who she's been in the casting game as long as I've been in the film game. I mean, I met her like in the '90s.
Oh wow.
Um, she comes from the casting tree of Robbie Reed,
Mhm.
who is probably the prominent, most recognized casting director, especially black,
Okay.
in Hollywood. So Yo-Yo comes from that family tree. So I've known her for decades. She definitely took a major lead to it. And then my relationships with actors, I made some calls to get some in as well. So we kind of worked in concert.
Mhm.
Uh, but I definitely relied on her heavily, especially when it comes to dealing with agents.
Mm.
When you look at my library, working with people, especially the name people,
Mhm.
I never deal with agents. I
Okay.
just call them, as one artist to the other.
Right.
That way, I eliminate all of that stuff,
Right.
right? But if I don't have that type of relationship, then you need a very, very good casting director who is used to dealing with agents and managers, etc.,
Mhm.
and they'll handle that part to get everything up and going.
Mm.
It's a
Man.
joint effort.
Yeah, I see it as a real team effort.
Mhm.
And it's excellent. Like you said, you have a solid team that you've been working with, for years now, to really help you put these things together. And I just want to know from your standpoint now, going through the film, the writing, the script, and all of that, the production. Now you're in the post production. Like, what are you from now? You wore all your hats, but now Lawrence Adisa is like the movie goer. Like, what part of this film are you excited and really wanting people or hoping people catch or receive from this film now that you're kind of on the backside of it now,
Mm.
and now you're like just a regular Joe Blow going to the movie. What are you excited about?
I'm excited about, when it comes to moviegoers of this genre, that if you like movies like Saw
Mhm.
or Hostel, um, this is right up your alley.
Okay.
This is not um, like the suspense or a murder she wrote type of thing, or my boyfriend killed me or stalked me. None of
Right.
that. This is straight. We don't need to surprise you. We're going to kill you, right? There's no need for the boo or oh my god, right?
Right,
No,
right, right.
you see me coming, and I'm going to kill you. It's
That's
it's
what I'm
it's
talking
it's just straight black and white, and I like that. Like I like to know you're about to kill that person, and I
Right,
still have to turn my head,
right, right.
right?
The anticipation because it's coming. Hey, look, I'm not mad at that. I like it. I like that too, man. And that's why I want to actually. It's always interesting because people walk away with different takes on
Hmm.
different things. But I've never had the opportunity to sit down and talk with someone like yourself. And I'm all, that's one of the things. I'm like, I wonder what does he think? Like,
Right,
you
right.
know, yeah, I want to give you that suspense thriller, but we don't really show it to you. But you
Hmm.
see it's happening, or you kind of understand it's happening,
Right.
or like, is it just in your face? Like I say, I love that. Like, I'm just gonna kill you. Like
Yeah,
nothing,
yeah.
nothing
We're
more,
just gonna
nothing
kill
less.
you. And honestly, Dane, the thing with like one of my favorite movies is Quiet Place.
Oh yeah, good
And
movie.
I mean, whew, right?
Good
I
movie.
saw part two a couple of times.
Hmm.
That is the type of movie that they do scare you. Like you don't
Hmm.
know what's coming next, and they boo you. They will boo.
Right, right.
And it's a specific skill to make that happen.
Mm,
And me being a horror buff, I know my lane.
right.
Now maybe down the road, um, on the next part two or part three, and I'll bring you on a director that has that type of skill,
Hmm.
add that twist to it, then let's
Hmm.
do it.
Right.
'Cause I like that also. But for me, with part one, I knew that okay, I need to stay in my lane, and my lane is here I come, no surprise, you're dead, that type of thing.
Point blank. Period. Lawrence has been busy too. Uh, Him and a partner of his, man, they like to go ahead and play a little cards. You know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and throw this out. Shout out to Mekhi Phifer, Lawrence Adisa. They took home the belts. You know what I'm saying? The tag team champs.
Yeah.
So man, shout out first of all, Mekhi, man, he's one of my faves, man. I think he's a living legend. He's a great as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yo, shout out to him. Yo, exactly. Yo, got to work hard, man. I would love to have opportunity to rock with him here on Two Mics Up, but
You gotta do that.
I
Yeah.
I, would- I would love to, but I gotta ask, man, like that whole experience, because coming from New York, we talk a lot of ash on the table. We playing cards. What was that like, man? Y'all getting down rocking. I watched a couple of episodes. What was that whole experience like, man, with y'all, man? And was there like a game plan, or that's just how y'all do? Like that's just regular for y'all? Like how was that?
Yeah, yeah. And well, once again, congratulations on your 100th episode. That's
Thank you.
pretty freaking awesome.
Thank you.
Pretty freaking awesome, man. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, honestly, it's just what we do. Yeah, it's nothing. Whether we're doing at the barbecue table or in front of cameras and all of that good stuff, the energy is always the same. All we want to do, like you said, is what you do with Spades. You have fun, you talk a little bleep bleep, and it should be just a love fest of just jokes and
Right.
and just relieving whatever stress is in your life for a couple of hours and just have fun and talk a little trash while you're at it.
That's
And
right.
that's what we did every episode, just like we've been doing for years, whether it's at your house, my house, the barbecue, or in the studio. It doesn't change.
That's
Nope.
what's up. And it's funny, so you mentioned like for years, man, and I know when you were on first time, you talked about the longevity of your friendship, really going back to I believe it was Clockers,
Yes.
um, and really like man, like has your circle still remained the same when it comes to let's say for us on the outside, in the industry, has that circle still been the same like Makai and others that kind of was there from your I guess your original growth or your entry into the industry and
Mm,
and has that really grown, like have some of them become part of your production or extensions of your vision now that you've kind of grown?
absolutely.
Mm,
I everybody or anybody that knows me has heard me say numerous times. Me personally, I don't like surprises. I
mm,
say it all the time. I don't like surprises when it comes to my friendships, etc. And keeping a tight inner circle where you grow over years, and then that growth is it becomes like family. It's like
mm,
when you have siblings, and as you get older and older through the years, you get tighter and tighter and tighter. Your
right,
brothers, your cousins, etc.
right.
That's how it is with my inner circle out here in Hollywood, from the '90s to today. Um, Everybody who I've wanted to work with in my inner circle, I've already worked with, and I
That's
will
what's up.
continue working with. And if they haven't been available, it's just a scheduling thing.
Right.
Uh, Whenever I hire or they hire me, either way, or we collaborate on something, I know and they know that we have each other's back 110%.
That's what's up.
And in
That's what's up.
Hollywood, there's so much other just negative stuff that you
Right.
gotta have to deal with on a regular basis, that when you can surround yourself around just people who are on the same page and really just care about doing the work and leaving all the other stuff at home, you have to appreciate them. So I love my inner circle. And I mean we are already talking about a part two for
Wow.
Night Games, and Makai directing part two. Like
Wow.
we
That's what's up.
like deep conversations about that. Um, Even though he wasn't working on part one as far as on camera, behind the scenes, he was very supportive. When I've had like long, stressful days and I need to talk to him or my other producer, Ronnie Warner,
Hmm.
a tight friend, or my DP Solomon, they're always there. They're
Yeah.
always there. So you want to keep that always a part of what you do out here, because it's a
Yeah.
lonely place. It's a lonely place
Yeah.
out
It's
here.
got to be. I know, and I think you had mentioned the last time. Like these are the things that again, we don't see because really, you guys are in a big sea, and it's really like the roles a lot of times only but so many seem to get or be available for, and you're all fighting for that same piece. So now, though, to be able to step out on your own and create a space. I think that's got to be really especially important to you, and very fulfilling to you, to be able to bring that and creating this continued platform. And how many do you see really? Is there a number, or you just kind of going to play it out? One versus the other as it grows. Like, where do you see this maybe going, and how far do you see it going, or spinoffs maybe?
Oh yeah, I mean, my ultimate goal is to make everybody just tell me no. That's
Okay.
it. When it comes to night games being developed to a TV series,
Mm,
um, that's a part of my goal. Is
that's what's up.
every network tell me no, we'll pass on it, and that's fine.
Hmm.
The same thing with Night Games Part Two, as far as the movie part of it, the franchise part of it. Um, when it comes to talking to investors, etc., just tell me no.
Right.
I just need to hear no's. When I hear no's, that just lets me know, okay, I did what I was supposed to do. You don't know unless you try. And then I go on to part two, plan B, plan C, plan D. But I never just say, okay, I shot a movie, we sold it, and now let's go make another movie.
Right.
I did that already.
Right.
So this is different. That's why I took the time to rewrite it into my vision of a franchise. And now it's just time to shop it that way and let them tell me no. So
Mm,
we have a angle when it comes to developing it for a TV series
okay.
spinoff, and then we also have, and I already have in my head, okay, part two will be a continuation, obviously, of part one, and we'll get deeper and we'll tell this story and add this story, just like the
Right.
Saw franchise.
Right. Right.
So yeah, we have two
Man.
options, two options.
Man, I love that. Just the vision that you already have, and the planning. I think that's really dope, because I mean, me personally, that's why I asked for a spinoff, because to me this sounds like something that you can watch on TV. This
Hmm.
sounds like this could be a weekly thing, a seasonal thing,
Hmm.
which I think is really dope. Um, so of the cast members that you've had, that are going to be working, like, who, not to say pick one over the other, but who are you excited for the fans to really see shine? That maybe we've never really seen them in this light before, or
Mm.
that's brand new. Because I'd be interested to know, like, who might be like the one you be like, yeah, you might want to pay attention.
Oh yeah, yeah. With the horror, luckily it's such a small cast, so it makes it easier uh, to choose one. But uh, the in the trailer, uh, the lead actress on there, Nelsie, and the other lead, Antoine Harris. Antoine Harris was on Ballers and a few TV shows
Hmm.
on IMDb. He worked with my good buddy Omar Miller
Okay.
as well from Ballers, and uh, those guys. Let me see how a good way to to describe it. They bring something that we don't see too often when it comes to African Americans in these type of roles,
Mm,
where you can't judge them.
right.
Not like he is the drug dealer or the football player or whatever. He's not that in this movie. He's a successful businessman, and he doesn't get killed in the first 5 minutes, right? So,
Okay.
you know, the role could have been written. I mean, his role could have been played by any nationality,
Mm,
uh, but we wanted, once again, we wanted to put our flavor into it.
right.
So I'm excited to see Antoine in this role, just put out that image of, like a Denzel Washington type of brother,
Hmm.
but in a horror field,
Right.
which we don't see too often.
Right.
And Nelsie as well, on the female side of it, you know, she's not like the battered woman, or once again, no drugs, or the ghetto hood rat chick, none of
Right.
that stuff, right?
Right.
All this stuff we've seen before. She's not that. Once again, her name could be Jackie Smith from Kentucky,
Right.
right? You just can't tell.
Hmm.
So um, it gives her as well a chance to put on her reel and to showcase her talent as just being an average person going through some extreme circumstances that we don't get to see us portray in a movie.
Wow.
So those two, and like I said, it's a small cast, so everybody has an opportunity to do something. Because that's one thing I heard from everybody, honestly, in this movie, from Vanessa and Aaron, Miosha, and Mr. Pennington, which is Judd. Everybody said the same thing, which is they haven't played in this type of movie before, genre,
right?
A horror. So just getting killed is something this type of way is new.
Wow.
So it's a new experience for everybody, and they were all excited about just adding that to their reel.
Man, that's what's up right there. So look, ladies and gentlemen, look, I hate to close out today's show, but we're gonna close this out. I want to give Lawrence a minute to, again, kudos to you, my brother, on everything that you're doing. Continue support and love, and from us here at Two Mics Up. And I want to allow you to please go ahead, man, share your social media, where we can go ahead and find you, and when can we expect to see Night Games in the theaters? Because I want to make sure everybody, you tell your mama and them, tell your friends, your neighbors, your cousin, go out and support this feature film being brought to you by Lawrence Adisa, man. Y'all don't want to miss this one. So Lawrence, please go ahead, take a minute, my brother.
Awesome. Thank you again, brother. Right now, because we just finished it, so we're actually talking to different distributors and platforms. I'll have a definitive answer, and I'll definitely share with you as well. It could be on either BET, it could be on Tubi. Like a lot of these platforms are just putting out original material now, and they're blowing up. So we already got some good feedback initially, but we'll have a official announcement when it comes to who we signed with, when it will premiere. And once I get that information, it'll be on all of my social media platforms. Now, unfortunately, my Facebook page, my main page, got hacked, and I'm still not in it. I made a backup one, but I'm not in that one. So Night Games is on the Facebook, the Night Games page. Just type in Night Games, the movie. You'll see it on there. On Instagram as well, Night Games Movies is on there. And on my Instagram page, Lawrence Adisa, I'll also be updating there. So between those three social media outlets, platforms, we'll be making the major announcements.
Well, look here, ladies and gentlemen, as I get the information, I will make sure that we share this incredible news, this exciting news, so we can all go out and peep it, man. Check out what's going on from this brother. Again, huge fan here. He's been an incredible supporter of Two Mics Up, and I really appreciate him. This is what excellence looks like. This is what Black male excellence looks like. And I thank you, Lawrence, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and sit here and join me again today. Continued success to you, my brother. And ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do it this time, man. We're going to go ahead and shut it down, but you can follow Two Mics Up online at www.twomicsup.com, or you can follow us across all our social media, IG, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Two Mics Up. And as you can tell, if I didn't say it enough, Two Mics Up is now on Mogul TV, or on your Amazon and Roku devices, or you can just go ahead and go to the moguls.tv online. Catch up on all the latest episodes from me and us here at Two Mics Up, because this man's going to be on. Make sure that y'all tune in, catch this episode. And hey, again, you know how we do, ladies and gentlemen, as we always do at this time. Stay safe, stay blessed. Mics out.
007.